Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fortress of Comic News Top 5 Comics to Buy for May 14th, 2017. I am Chris. You might know me from the podcast, and I am here to talk to you about these books. So let's start it off. I'm going to start off with Marvel. We have I Am Groot #1, written by Christopher Hastings and art by, and once again, excuse me for the name, but Javiano. This book is basically the Guardians have been separated through a wormhole and they're all in different places. And we find ourselves with a small Groot, or, the baby Groot from the movie. And he is trying to find his way through this alien planet to find the other Guardians. Looks very, very cute and adorable and fun. And the Guardians books as of lately have been fantastic. So this is one that I highly recommend picking up. And from Image, we have Redneck #3, written by Danny Cates and art by DeCunife and Lisandro Estherren. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize to the creators. So this book's been really good. It's been kind of a out-of-nowhere book. I know the first issue's been hard to find in first printing recently for a decent price. But we find that someone in the family has been murdered, and everyone's out for vengeance now. The Bowmans are ready to take out anybody in their path to figure out what happened. And can't wait to see what happens. Next, from Dark Horse, I have Black Hammer #9, written by Jeff Lemire and special artist David Rubin. This issue is going to be another flashback issue showing the backstory to one of the characters from the book. So it's not going to follow the current storyline, but kind of show you where this character came from. In this issue, we're going to find out where Talkie Walkie came from, and we follow Colonel Randall Weird as he discovers his best friend on an alien planet. If you're not reading this book, I do recommend it, especially if you like Golden Age heroes. It's kind of a... what if the Justice League got stuck in this town and had to live there as normal people? They have no way out of that town. They don't know what's going on, and they're just kind of trying to live their lives. It's really great. We have a character who's essentially the Shazam character, or Captain Marvel for the purists, who is stuck living as a little girl, but she's actually in her 30s or 40s, and it's a little jarring, but it's interesting to see that mindset of I've grown up here, but my body shows that I'm still a small child. And then the kind of interesting visuals of seeing a small child smoking and drinking. But and there's other characters as well that are really great. I highly recommend the series. You can find the trade for this, or if you can pick up the first 8 issues, I would suggest doing so, especially if you like Lemire's stuff. Next, also from Dark Horse, this week is a lot of non-Marvel and DC stuff, which I love. So, also from Dark Horse, we have Rebels, These Free and Independent States #3, written by Brian Wood and art by Andrea Mutti. This book, I love the first volume of this book. It was all about the American Revolution and kind of these characters that we followed through these different battles throughout the Revolution, and what it was really like to be someone who believed in the idea of freedom and independence in this era. This book takes place in the next generation. So we're in the 1780s, 1790s, and we're following actually our hero John Abnett, who is the son of the hero from the first book. And he's just a naval genius. He knows everything about building boats and how to construct them, how to make them work, and ways to improve them as well. It's very interesting because this also comes out in a time when John Adams decides that he wants to build an American Navy to help protect the waters. And this is actually something that's controversial at the time because our country is really trying to stay neutral and kind of stay out of everybody else's business. We really wanted to focus on us at this time. But lo and behold, the Navy comes through. John is helping build these boats, and he finds himself in the Caribbean, and he's helping some of the merchants out there equip their ships to be able to fend off some of these enemy boats. I can't recommend this book enough. I really love this book if you love history. It's not 100% accurate history. It is fictional history, but still a great read. And a lot of the stuff does, if you really know your history, does work out. Brian Wood definitely did his homework on this. There is stuff that he very obviously moved to work within his story, but nonetheless, great time. Next, from Dynamite, we have James Bond Secret Service Special. This is written by Kieran Gillen and art by Antonio Fuce. Dynamite's been killing it on the James Bond books recently, starting with I'm going to zone on the writer of the first one now, but the original concept was, let's take the Ian Fleming James Bond from the books and create a universe around that. And that's what they're doing. James Bond he's not the Bond you know from the movies. He's very lethal and precise. And there's always great action sequences in all of these books. There's at least like 4 to 5 pages that are just him strategically striking these different areas, and it's a fast read, but it's a good read. And this one with Kieran Gillen, Kieran Gillen's one of the best writers out there. We all know that. And she's going to take it on from kind of a geopolitical standpoint. So this is 007 up against a deadly assassin who is trying to create tension between the British and the U.S. And if the mission is a success, then this could create a really dark age for our geopolitical atmosphere at the time. It's a one-shot special. If you've never read any of the James Bond books, I think this is a great place to kind of check it out, see if you like this version of Bond, and then maybe expand from there. They've done so many miniseries. They've even had a character that's spun off into his own book. It's really great. Dynamite recently has been killing it on stuff. They're starting to do the Atari books and other things. They're someone to look at right now. They're not just doing Ash and Evil Dead and Warlords of Mars and stuff like that. I know people like that. I'm not dissing on it. I'm just saying, like, they are really expanding themselves out to do some really cool stuff. So please check this one out. That's all for this week. Come back next week and I'll have 5 more books that you must pick up.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to our channel. It should be right here. There's a little button. Yeah. Thanks for clicking that. Also remember to like and comment on our video. We love hearing from you and really appreciate it. Hope to see you next time.